The one MOA challenge. Can you do it? We teamed up with Bloke on the Range and decided to do one MOA all day long challenge. It was his idea, but I completely support it. And the reasoning behind this is that you have a lot of couch commandos, keyboard warriors that comment on our Instagram, on our YouTube, like, oh yeah, this accuracy shit, I can do it better. My Remington 700 can shoot MOA all day. Sure, you do the challenge, show us the result, and we applaud you. The reality is that most standard rifles that you can get on the market right now may not even be capable of one MOA. Then you have the other variable, which is ammunition. If it does not have a very good, consistent velocity, even the ammo maybe cannot do it. Now, there is a catch. 3-round groups are almost just sheer luck. I had amazing three-round groupings with my AK, which I know that is not capable less than 2.5 MOA. 5-round groupings are better, but even with those, I can get sub-MOA with my CZ600 Trail, which I know it's not capable to shoot a sub-MOA 10-round grouping. But for more specific rules, check out Bloke's video. He has everything written down, and check out how you can apply. Let's jump to my first attempt. I was a bit optimistic and still brought the CZ600 Trail, which I really love, but even after 5 shots, I saw that it will probably not happen. I abandoned that idea and took out my trusty Savage 10 Tactical. This rifle is from the 90s. I bought it used from some German guy, and it came with a really shitty plastic rubberized stock that was kind of bendy. This rifle, from the start, was about 1.2 MOA rifle with a 5-shot group. So that's really bad. But just over the years, testing it, trying it, seeing that something was not consistent, what I did, I upgraded it with the MDT fully aluminum chassis. It made it quite heavy, but that thing made a big difference. The whole rifle becomes more rigid, it's less movement, less vibration, and you get repeatability. After some time, I noticed that with a certain very consistent ammo, I was still maybe getting a flyer or two. I thought about it, I read about it, and I found out that you can also glass bed aluminum chassis. And it did work. I got 0.2, almost 0.3 MOA difference. And this rifle is now super accurate. It's like a laser. And I was certain that it will make the one MOA challenge. And it did. The issue is that this rifle is almost twice the weight of the requirement of this challenge. But realistically, without the aluminum chassis, yeah, it would be lighter, but also I don't think it would be capable of this kind of accuracy. I knew that it would be overweight, but that's not just the point of this competition. If you can or if you cannot do it, it's more about getting data and starting the discussion. Because when people will try it, they will see that it's not as easy as they think. The other parts of this setup, the Vortex Viper scope, I think it's the PST2. It's the 24 power, and I actually got it for free because it was broken in 2 pieces. And I used some epoxy, put it together, and when you aim through it, you can still see the imperfections. But it works. It tracks normally, and I get great accuracy from it, and until now, I never got any need to change it, so it's staying on this rifle. The whole thing is sitting on the UTG bipods. These are M-LOK version, and they're actually separate, so you attach one on the one side and the other on the other side. Good thing about this is that the legs are very wide. It gets you a very nice stable platform, especially for a heavy rifle like this one. The downside is that it doesn't have a lot of movement and flex, so you have to force it a bit. But I really like it, and I'm using it for a couple of years now. Perfect for this. The muzzle brake is Rodale 21 something something. It's super effective, and I attached it actually directly on the barrel because it's not a threaded barrel. Works nice and helps with the recoil. This thing is Viltech. Essentially what this thing does, it prevents the glare from the barrel entering the scope. It also prevents mirage. So that happens when the hot air rises in front of your scope, you get a distorted picture, and that fucks up your aiming picture and you can miss. This helps with that, and it also looks super cool. I'm actually shooting factory ammo, Celerum Below. They are our sponsor, but they make such good ammo that I have no reason to hand load. Really. I have everything at home. I tried hand loading, but when I tried this ammo, I got the same result. So why would I lose time and a lot of nerves for measuring and doing everything perfect and then getting the same result as this factory ammo? It's super amazing. For my rifle, for my barrel twist, 1 in 10, started with a cold barrel and started to shoot a grouping. And let me tell you, I was so happy because the first 5 shots were almost in the same hole at 100 meters. And then I continued shooting, and every time I shot, I was kind of afraid to see a flyer. And I came to 8 rounds in 0.6 MOA. 8 rounds, it's just 1 hole. And then the last 2, of course, the 9th and 10th shot were just a bit out. They spread the group to 0.8 MOA. I kind of hate it, but it is what it is. Still, amazing result. So the last 15 minutes that I was on the range, I had a couple of guns with me to 0, and I had my Schmeisser in just some simple configuration that I was trying out with a different suppressor that I normally use. But I decided maybe, just see where we are. I tried 3 shots. They grouped super nicely together, and I say, fuck it, let's try it out. No training, no test fire. The gun was just 0 that I zeroed before, and I set up the camera. I used the 69 grain hollow point bowtail premium match ammo from Celerium below. I know that that one works very well, and since the rifle is, I think, 1 in 9 twist, it kind of prefers a bit lighter bullet. So I thought to myself, that's a nice balance between the 55 and the 77 grains. The scope that I had on the rifle at that time is the Integrix 8-time LPVO. I had it on because I used it for the light infantry competition, and I was testing some of the things. I will probably do a review in the future, but it's not the perfect scope for this kind of challenge. And when I started to shoot at 8-time magnification and 100 meters, it's kind of hard to see the 5.56 holes. So I started 1 shot, 2nd shot, 3rd shot, and I saw a grouping just outside of my aiming point, and it looked really nice. So I just continued. I focused, did my part really good. So I actually used a rear bag for support, which helped me get the rifle steady and get the good elevation. And that was it, just trying to chug along and checking through the scope and seeing if there are flyers. When I was at the 10th shot, looked through the scope, I didn't see anything obvious there outside of the group. I was super excited. Took the sniper rifle, looked through it, and the grouping was amazing. I'm actually so excited and so happy that I filmed the whole thing, because I don't think that people would even believe me. Look, this is a semi-automatic rifle, 10.5-inch barrel, and mine is nearing 10,000 rounds shot. I would not expect it to perform so well. And I didn't expect it, because I still had accessories on my gun that increased the weight of the gun itself, and it just barely came under the weight limit when I weighted it after the range day. So I was really not expecting it. Anyway, I'm rambling. This really made my day. I'm super happy that I did it, and I hope you try it too. Doesn't matter if you fail or if you manage to do it, it's more about trying it out, getting some data, and having fun.